The narcissist and the empath are both extremely sensitive people. However, there is a distinction to be made. A narcissist is sensitive to themselves only, but empaths are sensitive to the entire universe. Narcissists tend to use and abuse empaths. The majority of empaths are unaware of the spiritual reasons behind their toxic state. An empath can learn some lessons from this toxic situation in their life, and unless those lessons are learned, they will continue to have narcissists in their lives in some form or another. Today, we are going over the differences between narcissists and empaths and the antidote to narcissists. We recommend you stick around till the end since the last point will encourage you if you are an empath. Number 14. Narcissists always talk about themselves. Narcissists think and speak primarily of themselves, their physical appearance, talents, and accomplishments. However, these remarks are frequently exaggerated and do not necessarily reflect their lifestyles. They also exhibit little care for individuals around them, rarely inquiring about their feelings and thoughts. This is because individuals with narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD, lack empathy and are unable to perceive or understand the needs and feelings of others. According to Keith Camphill, a narcissism researcher and co-author of The Narcissistic Epidemic, Living in the Era of Entitlement, you could start talking to a person about how you have cancer, and very soon they're talking about their new automobile. Number 13. Empaths make great listeners. People who are sensitive and empathetic are excellent listeners. Their loved ones may be calmed by their presence and turn to them first when they are in distress. Caring passionately can make it difficult to communicate when they're feeling overwhelmed. However, striking a balance is critical. Unchecked kindness and sensitivity can lead to emotional exhaustion that is too much for the empath to take if they don't set boundaries. Number 12. Narcissists pick on people constantly. The narcissist may appear to be teasing at first, but it eventually catches up with the empath and becomes a constant. Everything the empath does becomes an issue for the narcissist, from what they wear and eat to who they hang out with and what they watch on TV. They'll make fun of the empath, calling them names, say harsh one-liners, and tell them jokes that aren't amusing. Their purpose is to diminish the other person's self-esteem in order to boost their own, since it makes them feel strong. Furthermore, reacting to their actions as well as what they say just encourages their behavior. A narcissist thrives on reactions because they demonstrate their ability to influence other people's emotional state. Number 11. Empaths have huge hearts, but sometimes give too much. Empaths are big-hearted people who attempt to alleviate the agony of others. That includes a homeless person holding a cardboard sign. When they see someone who needs help crossing the street, they stop to help them. When they see a hurt child, they want to help. It's natural to want to help these people and alleviate their suffering, but empaths go further. They feel what the other person feels. Suddenly, they find themselves feeling drained or disturbed when they were okay before. Number 10. Narcissists have a strong sense of entitlement. A narcissist has such a strong feeling of self-importance that they develop an extraordinary sense of entitlement, another hallmark of NPD. This is such a strong symptom that narcissists are known to see others as extensions of themselves, only existing to serve them in some way. Narcissists believe that they are unique and different from others, and that this makes them entitled to do what they desire, when they desire it. Number 9. Empaths are very selfless. Empaths frequently disregard their own needs, whereas egoists solely think about themselves. Empaths are frequently preoccupied with the well-being of others at the expense of their own needs. They are so focused on the well-being of others that they neglect to look out for themselves. Empaths might become so engrossed in a humanitarian effort that they lose sight of everything else, even if it causes them significant difficulty. Do you recognize yourself in these traits? It only gets more interesting. Let's continue with the rest. Number 8. Narcissists have superficial and exploitative relationships. When it comes to narcissism, there is a joke where someone talks about themselves for a long time and then says, "But enough about me. How do you feel about me?" Your partner may be a narcissist if they are all about themselves and always need attention and validation. A narcissist is someone who is easily offended and overly sensitive to criticism. These are also indicators of a narcissist. They believe they are always right, that they know more, that they have to be the best, and so on. When you meet their wants or serve a purpose for them, narcissistic people may appear to care about you. A narcissistic relationship can cause a great deal of emotional pain. Number 7. Empaths have deep relationships. In a relationship between two empaths, they are usually well taken care of because both of them prioritize the needs of others before their own and have a tendency to predict what the other person requires even before they ask for it. Empathy is a sensation that allows one individual to connect with another on an emotional and cognitive level. Empaths are more sensitive to other people's emotions than normal people. They are more likely to identify others' sentiments, feel their emotions more profoundly, and process emotions on a deeper level. Empaths, in other words, are those who put themselves in the shoes of others more than the average person. Because of that, they have deep and meaningful friendships. If you are enjoying this video, then make sure to subscribe and leave a comment saying, "I subscribed," and we will personally reply to your comment. Number 6. Narcissists constantly feel empty and bored. A narcissist's mental health suffers when they are not continuously complimented. When they are not praised, people with NPD feel melancholic, restless, empty, depressed, or bored. As a result, they require ongoing adoration from those around them. Number 5. Empaths are capable of feeling gratitude. Gratitude has been demonstrated to be a gateway to other positive emotions such as joy, pride, motivation, and amazement, according to significant research over the last 2 decades. The medial prefrontal cortex part of the brain could be the link that connects these incredibly distinct and rewarding sensations in humans. Intriguingly, a study published in October in the Journal of Aging and Mental Health found that loneliness is linked to a person's sense of empathy and compassion. In other words, the more compassionate and empathetic a person is, the less lonely they will feel as they get older. Number 4. Narcissists are envious and believe that others are envious of them. Narcissism emerges from a personality structure that is designed to avoid coming into contact with shame. There is a greater emphasis on maintaining an inflated feeling of self-worth in apparent rejection. While narcissism is protective, it has a psychological cost. Not only does preoccupation with self-improvement necessitate time and effort, but it also takes away much of one's abilities to pay realistic attention to the needs, actions, and feelings of others. People can be split into 2 categories of narcissists: targets of their own envy and sources of real or imagined inflating envy from others. While narcissists find and recruit sources of envious self-attention and adoration, ego fulfillment is rarely enough. People with attributes worthy of a narcissist's envy can be seen on the horizon. When they're around people of an enviable position, they get a rush of exhilaration. The narcissist will frequently try to form friendships or acquaintances with people they despise. A narcissistic person who is insecure about his or her lack of financial success, for example, may try to be surrounded by others who are wealthier than them. The unspoken purpose is to absorb, possess, control, or identify with their coveted status or attributes. Number 3. Empaths are concerned about the success of others. Without the support and assistance of others, success is impossible to achieve. Empaths are concerned not only with their own personal accomplishments, but also with the success of others. They want other people to get involved and be rewarded for their efforts. When they do this, a rebound effect occurs which contributes to their own success. When an empath considers a topic or situation, the first thing that comes to mind is how it may be improved in order to promote a positive image of the human spirit. They like to give rather than receive. Empaths demonstrate that they have something illuminating to offer the world by strengthening human interactions and delivering help to others. Because of that, they are not consumed with envy when they experience it. They are genuinely happy when other people are successful. Number 2. Narcissists need to be in control. Because narcissists are constantly dissatisfied with the way life develops, they try to exert as much control as possible over it and modify it to their liking. They need and demand control, and their sense of entitlement leads them to believe that they should be in charge of everything. Narcissists have preconceived notions of what each character in their encounter should say or do. They grow agitated and unsettled if they don't behave as expected. Because they're off script, they're not sure what to expect next. They want an individual to say and do exactly what they want in order for them to accomplish their desired outcome. The empath is not a genuine person to the narcissist with their ideas and feelings. They're a character in their mental theater. Number 1. Empaths do not like to control others, but they do have a hard time setting boundaries. For an empath, a loyal friend is always in need of assistance. When the phone rings, they dread answering it because they know they'll be sucked dry after conversing with the caller. But they pick it up anyway because they care. Perhaps they're at a grocery store and a complete stranger approaches them and proceeds to tell them their entire life story. The empath will pay attention because they genuinely care. And if you liked this video, then check out these related videos to see more. And make sure to like this video to let the algorithm know you'd like to see more videos like these.